Hello, welcome to Sky Sports News. There is huge breaking news this afternoon. It concerns Tottenham, and we can head to their training ground. Paul Gilmore, what can you tell us?
Well, it is confirmation, the news Tottenham fans have been waiting for. Antonio Conte is the new Tottenham Hotspur manager. It is confirmed. The club posted a video just a few seconds ago on their social media accounts that confirms it officially, and Antonio Conte is ready to begin work here at Tottenham Hotspur. He will not take training this afternoon. That's because he's waiting still on a working visa. That hasn't come through on time, but he will be able to meet the players. I'm sure they've all been arriving in the last 30 minutes or so, knowing they're driving into the training ground to meet a serial winner, to meet a Premier League winner, to meet a Serie A, multiple Serie A winner. Antonio Conte has been in the training ground since yesterday. He stayed here at the training ground last night. Will not be able to take the session, as I mentioned, and we'll wait and see what impact that has on the game in the Conference League on Thursday night. Vitesse Arnhem at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, so perhaps it could be Everton away in the Premier League for his first game. But he has been appointed that 18-month contract with an option to extend. So 18 months taking him through to 2023 with an option to extend. So exactly the same as what Chelsea gave to Thomas Tuchel when he first arrived. So yeah, official confirmation reaching us from Tottenham Hotspur that Antonio Conte is their new manager, and some info coming through all the time. They go on and they highlight his impressive history, it has to be said, of winning titles. He has been in charge of winning sides. He knows how to get over the line and get the job done. And there are some quotes just dropping from Antonio Conte himself, and quite interesting because he addresses what happened in the summer as well. First of all, he says he's extremely happy to return to coaching and to do so at a Premier League club that has the ambition to be a protagonist. Again, he goes on to address last summer. He says, "Last summer our union did not happen because the end of my relationship with Inter was still too recent and emotionally too involved with the end of the season, so I felt that it wasn't yet the right time to return to coaching. But the contagious enthusiasm and determination of Daniel Levy in wanting to entrust me with this task had already hit the mark. Now that the opportunity has returned, I have chosen to take it with great conviction." The first words from the new Tottenham Hotspur manager Antonio Conte. Fabio Paratici, a man he knows well from his time at Juventus, of course, has also had something to say about this appointment. Naturally, he's delighted to welcome Conte to the club. He says his track record speaks for itself, and his vast experience and trophies in both Italy and England speak for themselves. And he goes on to say, "I know firsthand the qualities Antonio can bring to Tottenham, having worked with him at Juventus, and very much looking forward to seeing him work with the talented group of players." And they also say that further news on Antonio Conte's coaching staff will follow in due course. So there it is, final confirmation. Tottenham fans will be pinching themselves, I guess, because just a few months ago this scenario seemed completely unlikely, that they could attract this football management A-lister, somebody in the bracket of a Thomas Tuchel, of a Jurgen Klopp, of a Pep Guardiola. Well, Antonio Conte is now the manager of Tottenham, and some may well, you would have been forgiven as a Tottenham fan just wondering if this would ever happen, given they are in the Conference League and given the problems. But since those problems in appointing a manager and how long it took in the summer, they've managed to keep Harry Kane. They've managed to move on some older players in the squad and sort of refresh the squad. So there are players there Antonio Conte clearly feels capable of working with and moving forward in the right direction. So it's an exciting time here at the club. There's been a buzz about this club over the last couple of days since this news developed on Sunday evening. But there it is, official confirmation. Antonio Conte is the new Tottenham Hotspur manager.
Yeah, we'll be back with you. Just a second, Paul. Thank you. Just if anybody heard any offensive language in the background, unfortunately, there are people passing. It's out of our control. Paul's trying to do his job. If anyone heard anything that was of offence, apologies from us here. Paul, I mean, goodness me. Conte's got a big job on his hands, hasn't he? It's over 13 years since Spurs last won a trophy. What's he going to need to do to change that, and how quickly will he be expected to kind of turn their fortunes around?
Yeah, well, that is a big question because, I mean, we heard Jamie Carragher speak last night and say that he felt that this was perhaps It's going to take longer than 18 months to turn this team around and to show that it's moving in the right direction. That 18-month contract is quite interesting, the option to extend as well. So clearly if things are moving, you would imagine any type of progress or any signs of progress, that option to extend will be taken. But there is no getting away from the fact that it might take some time. They are, of course, they've been heavily criticised for performances this season. Tottenham Chairman Daniel Levy has talked about the DNA of the club and wanting to get back to attacking football. Well, with Antonio Conte, he brings winning football. That's quite often what he does at his club. So it'll be interesting to see the immediate impact of that. I spoke to Romelu Lukaku in Milan back in January last year, and he was telling us, giving us a little bit of good insight on what it was like to play under Antonio Conte and how he treats everybody in the squad equally. But if you fall below the standards expected of Conte, well, you'll be out of the team no matter what your background is, or your history is, or your CV, footballing CV is. You'll be out of the team if you don't live up to those high standards. So that's what he will be hoping for, that sort of immediate impact, a chance to galvanise this Tottenham squad and see, give them that real belief again that they can still compete for trophies and still compete to get into the Champions League this season. They are only 5 points off the top four at the moment, so it's the performances rather than maybe the position in the league table that been more criticised for. So that will be a really top of the in tray, and trying to get the best out of players like Harry Kane, Dele Alli, and all of those attacking players, and find a winning formula that can bring all them together. So that will be very much top of the in tray as Antonio Conte gets to work eventually, when he gets this visa, gets to work here at Tottenham.
Paul, thank you very much indeed.